A lot of Western New Yorkers are paying very close attention to a political race that's not even in our region. This is a live look right now at New York City from EarthCam, where former Governor Andrew Cuomo is now a candidate for mayor. He made it official in a video that he posted online on Saturday. And then yesterday, he had this first official campaign event at the headquarters of a carpenters union in Manhattan. He got a warm welcome inside, but outside a group of women gathered chanting, quote, "Hell no to Andrew Cuomo." You'll remember he resigned as governor amid a sexual harassment scandal, though he denied wrongdoing. He summed up his mayoral run by saying this.
Are you ready to save our city? Are you ready to make New York better than ever before? Let's do it. Let's do it together, and let's start now.
A recent poll showed Cuomo is far and away the leader in this race, getting nearly 4 in 10 votes. Incumbent Mayor Eric Adams gets only 10%. A lot of folks, though, are still undecided. And remember, New York City has ranked choice voting, which means you have to rank who you want to win. You don't just pick the single candidate. You rank them 1 through 5. And when candidates are eliminated for not having enough support, their second choice then gets those votes, and so on until somebody gets over that 50% mark. Bob McCarthy is our 7 News political analyst, and he joins us live here tonight. I just want to start, Bob, by asking, because I asked you this earlier today, right? We were discussing Andrew Cuomo is now an official candidate. Do Western New Yorkers care? And you say yes, they do.
Western New Yorkers do care and should care, Michael, because as we know, New York City dominates everything in New York State. It dominates our politics, our finances, our culture. And there's been so many times when mayors of New York have forged political alliances right here in Buffalo. I can think of Rudy Giuliani and Bill de Blasio, who had extensive political contacts here in Buffalo. And that's because those guys were always thinking about statewide office. My guess is that if Andrew Cuomo becomes the mayor of New York, he'll have a significant and strong relationship with his old allies here in Buffalo and Western New York.
One Buffalo politician who we cover a lot here on the show, just heard from her a moment ago, is Governor Kathy Hochul. This is what she said earlier today on CNN.
I will work with whomever the really smart voters of New York City decide they want to be their mayor. That is not up for me to decide. I don't even vote in the city.
I don't even vote in the city, she said. How is she playing this very important race?
She's lying low. She really is. And I don't think she wants to have very much to do with it at all, except that she is the governor of New York, and she is going to be playing some kind of a role in this at some point, especially since she controls the state party. But, you know, there is not a good relationship there. If you remember, Michael, it was back in 2018 that Governor Cuomo tried to dump her from the ticket, even as his lieutenant governor. I know, I wrote the story. And so that bad blood continues. It really just boiled over during all of the sexual harassment problems that Cuomo faced a couple years ago. And so, especially as the state's first woman governor, she's not going to countenance this. It's going to be a big issue, and these two camps are still sniping at each other all the time. I feel it. I hear about it. It's going to be an issue. Yeah.
Today, the incumbent mayor of New York City, who faces federal charges, though they're working to get those dropped, he said Andrew Cuomo was talking about saving New York City. He says we need to save New York City from Andrew Cuomo. And then the co-director of the Working Families Party said this.
A lot of the crisis that we are facing is a crisis that he helped create. And in his video yesterday, he talked about this crisis as if he had no hand in it. He maybe wants to rewrite history. I'm sure he needs it for himself, for his own soul, but we are not stupid. We remember.
The Working Families Party, of course, on the leftward plank of the Democratic Party.
We're going to hear a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of criticism coming from that left flank of the party. And people I talked to in New York City today, Michael, say this in the end is going to be a Donnybrook.
Yeah, we'll be following Bob McCarthy, our 7 News political analyst. Great to see you as always. Thanks.
He's back.
He's back. Here we go.